I saw a post by Patrick Bet David.
I love that guy.
Oh man, so cool. Patrick, episode 2. Not here to fuck around. I told you, we're going all out.
Man, if we got PBD on this podcast,
Good,
dude.
Would you fly if you got a phone call?
Me, I'd fly without a plane. I'd just it'd be that round.
You got a phone call saying, "Hey boys," their agent reaches out and says, "Hey boys, we want you on our podcast."
That's all right, done.
Let's do it. But what I love about what he's doing is he's got a 9-year-old son and older kids as well, and younger ones. But I love his mindset as far as how to groom them. And he's a very successful person, very wealthy. He's got everything at his feet.
Yeah.
But he's teaching his kids to be good human beings.
Have you seen the his currency thing?
Which one? Oh, yes, absolutely.
How good's that?
How good?
Yeah.
Because you want a new video game? Absolutely. That's 10 pages.
Yeah. Our currency at home is pages.
That's it.
Yeah.
How good is that?
It's a really cool concept, man.
Amazing concept.
Yeah.
And, my old man, you know what? We'll get my old man on the podcast one day.
Go on.
But he's very entrepreneurial. He's had businesses his whole life. He's had a great experience. He's had a whole range of things. But he's always been he's been a great mentor to me in the sense that, but he always let me do my own thing. He let me make my own mistakes.
Yeah, that's good. You need
it.
It
is good. It's great. But in the same token, and again, hindsight and no criticism whatsoever, because he's done both my parents did an amazing job. It would have been good for him maybe to have been a little bit harder and say, no, you want this, it's pages. Not in that regard, but maybe push me a little bit more to say, nah, be more disciplined. Do this, do this. He was more of, okay, cool, this is your race, make your mistakes. This is my advice, but make your mistakes. And me, being young and dumb, just made those mistakes. Right?
And you learn from them.
Absolutely. Like, arguably, I wouldn't be here where I am today if it wasn't for the result of having those life experiences. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't be here.
No, that's right.
You'd be in a different position. Who
exactly.
knows where, but
Exactly. Better, worse, who knows? It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
But, I look at all those things, and now being a father myself, I want to make sure that my kids are a step above everything and everyone. Honestly, like I don't want to give them a silver spoon. No matter how big my success, no matter how big my failures, they're always going to be humble, hardworking, and have that mindset from a really young age. And in all honesty, I see that now. I look at some of their friends and some of the people that they associate with, and what they're doing, and I tell them indirectly, not that their friends are shit or anything like that, but I'm trying to get them to understand that. You want these things in your life. You want to be great. You've got to do this. You've got to go through these steps. You've got to have your challenges. You've got to be grateful. We practice gratitude every single night before they go to bed.
You told me that's really cool.
It is. It's so cool. Before they go to bed every single night, it's like we'll go, what are you grateful for? Tell me something you love about yourself. Tell me something that you want to improve, and what's your goal? Every single night.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I think gratitude's one of the most underrated. Like if I had to share, I put like a lot of work in. Like we've done the reps and still doing reps. Won't stop. But the one thing, like if you had to put it down to one thing, the most powerful thing, it's if you can be grateful, like you can't be sad. You can't be depressed. It defeats everything else. Like if you can sit down and I learned a concept from Dwayne where he said, just make it simple and, wake up in the morning, write down 3 things that you're grateful for that morning. 3 things you're grateful for in your life. And then before you go to bed, write down 3 things that you're grateful for from that day. And when you have to write it down, your brain can't think as fast as you can write. So your brain thinks faster than you can write. So you have to slow down your thinking to write it. So it allows you to properly synthesize it. You know what I mean? And it's one of the most powerful concepts, man. It's awesome that you do that for your family.
Yeah, so good. Yeah. But I ended up picking that up probably during the COVID years, in the later part of it, because I was finding that I was getting affected mentally in a negative way. And most nights now, I'd say almost every night, before I go to sleep, I just list as many things that I'm grateful for in my head. And it always starts off with everything: your family, your wife, your kids, your dog, your house, the clothes on my back, the food. And by the time I get to number 20...
Yeah, the basics.
Yeah, but by the time I get to the 20th, 30th one, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Like I never remember the last one I said because I'm out. And that's the last thing I think about before I go to sleep.
Do you ever run out?
Sorry?
Do you ever run out?
Do I have it right now?
No. Do you ever run out? Like, do you ever think,
run out. No, because I go super basic.
Yeah, everything.
I'm grateful that I can walk. I'm grateful that I get to drive my car. I'm grateful that I can put petrol in it. I'm grateful that I got a flat today. I get to. I get to have all these things.
Yeah,
Get to have
that's
these
right. Yeah, you
problems,
did mention
what I mean?
at the summits as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
I
really
get to have
powerful
these
part
problems.
as well.
So I don't do it as much in the morning. I'd like because it's not generally the first thing I think about. But most of the time, I'll get up and go.
Try it,
"Oh,
man.
Yeah, I will.
Try it.
I
Take
will.
a minute.
I'm up real early, so
So am
I'm
I.
normally up 5:30 ish.
Got up at 4:30 today.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
You just pumped for this podcast.
I was,
You
dude, I had so
couldn't
much.
fucking wait. How good's that?
I couldn't sleep.
That's it.
Shut the bed.
That's it. Look, this is actually our first and last podcast because it's
Yeah,
too
this
much
is
fun.
it, yeah.
So we have to stop
So
it.
we're
It's not
calling
fair.
quits. So thanks for watching.
That's it.
But
It's not fair that we're having so much fun. We're having so much fun with live events. Having
It's-
so much fun with doing this podcast now. It's not fair.